You stand today at a crossroads, not somewhere out there in the world, but here in this moment in your mind. Before you lie two paths. The first is the familiar path of mediocrity, lined with excuses, doubts, and the comfortable lie that life simply happens. The second path is rockier, steeper, but it leads to the person you truly can become. Which path do you choose? Napoleon Hill spent his entire life unlocking the secrets of success. He interviewed the most successful people of his time, studied their habits, their mindset, their methods. What he found was not complicated. It was powerful, but simple. Success is not an accident. Success is the result of a decision. The decision to take responsibility for your life. In this moment, as you hear these words, you already possess everything you need to become who you want to be. You have a mind that can think. You have a will that can decide. You have a body that can act. The question is not whether you have the tools. The question is whether you are ready to use them. Too many people live their lives as if they were passengers on a ship that someone else is steering. They complain about the direction, about the weather, about the other passengers, but they never take the helm. They do not understand that they are the captain of their own ship. You are the captain of your life, no one else. The first and most important lesson that Napoleon Hill taught was this: you become what you think. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every day, every hour, every minute, you create your life through what goes on in your head. If you think you are weak, you will be weak. If you think you are not good enough, you will not be. But if you start thinking that you are extraordinary, that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, then that is exactly what you will become. But thinking alone is not enough. You must act. You must make the leap from dreaming to doing. Every day you make hundreds of decisions, small decisions that, taken together, determine your life. The decision to get up or stay in bed, the decision to learn or procrastinate, the decision to be brave or remain in your comfort zone. Each of these decisions shapes you. Each of these decisions brings you either closer to the person you want to be or further away. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the perfect circumstances, the perfect opportunity, the perfect feeling. But the perfect moment exists only in fantasy. The only moment you have is now. The only day you can act is today. The only person who can change your life is you. There is a story about a young man who went to a wise master and asked, "Master, when is the best time to plant a tree?" The master replied, "The best time was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." This story illustrates a fundamental truth. You cannot change the past, but you can shape your future, and this shaping begins in this moment. Napoleon Hill discovered that all successful people shared one trait. They had a burning desire for their goal, not just a wish, not just a hope, but a consuming passion that was stronger than any fear, any doubt, any obstacle. This desire was their drive, their compass, their unshakable faith. What is your burning desire? What drives you out of bed at night? What makes you wake up full of energy in the morning? If you do not have this answer, then that is your first task. Find out what you burn for. Find out what is so important to you that you are willing to give everything for it. But be aware, the path to your goals will not be easy. You will encounter obstacles. You will experience setbacks. You will have moments when you doubt, when you want to give up. That is normal. That is human. That is part of the process. But here the wheat is separated from the chaff. Here it shows who is really ready to become who they want to be. Every obstacle is an opportunity. Every setback is a lesson. Every moment of doubt is a chance to strengthen your faith. The people who become extraordinary are not those who have no problems. They are those who learn to deal with problems. They are those who regard resistance as training, not as an obstacle. Think of a diamond. A diamond is nothing more than a piece of coal that has withstood extraordinary pressure and extraordinary heat. The pressure did not destroy it. It transformed it. It turned it into something valuable, something beautiful, something strong. You are like that coal. The challenges in your life are the pressure and heat, but instead of destroying you, they can transform you into a diamond. Napoleon Hill also taught the power of persistence. He said that most people give up when they are only one step away from success. They do not see that they are on the verge of a breakthrough. They allow temporary defeats to talk them into permanent failure. But success is often just one decision away. The decision to fight another day. The decision to try once more. The decision not to give up. Imagine you are digging for gold. You dig for hours, days, weeks. You find nothing. You are tired, frustrated, discouraged. You think about giving up. But what if the gold is just 1 meter deeper? What if you are only one shovel away from your goal? Life tests you. It wants to know how serious you are. It wants to know whether you are worthy of what you seek. You must understand that success is not just a goal you reach. Success is the person you become on the way to your goal. Every day you work on yourself, you become stronger. Every day you leave your comfort zone, you grow. Every day you act despite fear, you become braver. The journey is the destination because the journey shapes you. But you must also understand that you do not have to fight alone. Napoleon Hill spoke of the power of the Mastermind principle. He recognized that the most successful people surrounded themselves with other successful people. They formed alliances. They learned from each other. They supported each other. You are the result of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who think bigger than you. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Even when you do not believe in yourself, surround yourself with people who challenge you, who make you grow, who see the best in you. But equally important, remove yourself from people who make you small, who sabotage your dreams, who try to convince you that you are not good enough. You have the power to choose. You have the power to decide which thoughts you allow in your head. You have the power to decide which words you speak. You have the power to decide which actions you take. This power can never be taken from you. As long as you breathe, you have the power to choose. But with great power comes great responsibility. You can no longer make others responsible for your life. You can no longer blame circumstances. You can no longer wait for someone else to fix your life. You are responsible. You are the creator of your reality. You are the architect of your destiny. This may be frightening at first. It is easier to blame others. It is more comfortable to be a victim, but it is also powerless. If others are to blame, then only others can bring the solution. But if you take responsibility, then you also have the power to change. Then you are no longer dependent on others. Then you are free. Freedom is not the absence of problems. Freedom is the ability to choose your response to problems. Freedom is the realization that you have a space between stimulus and response, a moment of choice. In this space lies your power. In this space lies your future. Napoleon Hill also discovered that successful people had a clear vision. They knew exactly where they wanted to go. They could describe their goal as if it were already reality. They saw it before their inner eye. They felt it. They lived it in their imagination. This vision was like a magnet that inexorably drew them. Do you have a clear vision of the person you want to become? Can you describe him? What does he look like? How does he feel? How does he act? How does he think? How does he speak? The clearer your vision is, the more likely you are to realize it. Your subconscious is like a faithful servant who does everything to create what you show it. But your vision must be more than just a wishful dream. It must be charged with emotions. It must move you. It must inspire you. It must become so real to you that you are willing to give everything for it. If your vision is not strong enough to get you out of bed when you are tired, then it is not strong enough. You must also understand that the path to your vision is not linear. There will be detours, dead ends, unexpected turns, but every detour teaches you something. Every dead end shows you what does not work. Every unexpected turn brings new possibilities. Stay flexible in your methods, but relentless in your vision. There will be days when you wonder if it is all worth it. There will be moments when you wonder if you are strong enough. But in these moments, you must remember why you started. You must remember that greatness is not the absence of fear, but acting despite fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that something else is more important than fear. What is more important to you than your fear? Is it your family? Is it your dream? Is it the person you can become? Find this why and hold on to it. It will be your anchor in stormy times. Napoleon Hill also taught us that success is a habit pattern. Successful people do not occasionally do successful things. They do successful things daily. They have developed routines that automatically move them toward their goals. They have programmed themselves so that success becomes inevitable. What are your daily habits? Do they bring you closer to your goals or further away? Every habit is either a vote for or against the person you want to become. You choose who you are with every repetition. You create yourself through your daily decisions. But changing habits is not easy. Your brain is programmed to save energy. It prefers the known, the familiar, the automatic. Change requires awareness, discipline, and patience. You must be willing to accept short-term discomfort for long-term satisfaction. Remember, you train every day. Either you train good habits or bad habits. Either you train success or failure. Either you train courage or fear. There is no training-free day. The only question is, what are you training for? Another secret that Napoleon Hill discovered was the power of gratitude. Successful people do not focus on what they lack, but on what they have. They understand that gratitude is a magnet for more good. When you are grateful for what you have, you attract more of what you can be grateful for. But gratitude is more than just a feeling. It is a decision. It is a perspective. It is a way of living. You can decide every morning to be grateful. You can decide to see the good in every situation. You can decide to view problems as opportunities. This attitude will transform your life. When you start seeing opportunities instead of problems, you will find solutions where others only see obstacles. When you start being grateful for challenges because they make you grow, you will no longer fear them. When you start seeing every day as a gift, you will not waste it. You must also understand that success is not only material. Success is the peace you find within yourself. Success is the love you give and receive. Success is the positive influence you have on others. Success is the feeling that you are living, your potential, that you are authentic, that you make a difference. The greatest success is not having more, but becoming more. It is not possessing more, but giving more. It is not being admired by others, but being able to respect yourself. It is not having the perfect life, but living your own life completely. But you must be willing to pay the price. Success is not free. It costs time, energy, discipline, sacrifice. It costs comfort. It costs the security of the familiar. It sometimes even costs relationships with people who are not ready to grow with you. But what does it cost not to be successful? What does it cost to bury your dreams? What does it cost to live with the knowledge that you never tried to become who you could be? Napoleon Hill once said, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." These words are not just a beautiful saying, they are a natural law. They are the foundation of all human achievements. Everything you see around you was once just a thought in someone's head. The house you live in, the car you drive, the phone you use. Everything began as an idea. You carry within you unused potential. You carry within you possibilities that have not yet been explored. You carry within you dreams that are waiting to become reality. But they will only become reality if you have the courage to pursue them. They will only become reality if you are willing to go beyond your current limits. Your limits exist only in your head. What you consider impossible is often just unfamiliar. What you consider too difficult often just requires a different approach. What you consider unreachable has often just not been tried yet. History is full of people who made the impossible possible simply because they did not know it was impossible. But you must be willing to think differently than the masses. You must be willing to stand alone if necessary. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be criticized. People will try to make you small because your greatness reminds them of their own smallness. People will try to discourage you because your courage highlights their fear. But do not be deterred. Do not let yourself be infected by mediocrity. Do not be convinced that dreams are just dreams. Do not be led to conform when you were born to stand out. You are not here to be like everyone else. You are here to show what is possible. The path to your true self leads through your fears. It leads through your doubts. It leads through your limitations. But on the other side waits the version of you that has overcome everything. The version of you that has grown. The version of you that has become strong. The version of you that you can become. You now face a decision. You can let this moment pass like so many others. You can return to your usual life, to your usual thoughts, to your usual excuses. Or you can regard this moment as the turning point, the moment when you decided that enough is enough, the moment when you decided to take responsibility, the moment when you decided to become who you want to be. The world does not need another copy of someone else. The world needs the original you. The world needs your unique talents, your unique perspective, your unique way of solving problems. The world needs the contribution that only you can make. But this contribution can only be made if you have the courage to be completely yourself. There is no perfect time. There are no perfect circumstances. There is only this moment and your decision about what to do with it. You can wait until you feel ready. But readiness comes through action, not through waiting. You can wait until you are no longer afraid. But courage is not shown in the absence of fear, but in acting despite fear. You already have everything you need to start. You have a dream. You have a will. You have the ability to learn, to grow, to become. What you do not have, you can develop. What you do not know, you can learn. What you cannot do, you can practice. But only if you begin. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. With the first step, you leave the world of dreams and enter the world of possibilities. With the first step, you stop hoping and start acting. With the first step, you become from spectator to player in your own life. You were not born to lead an ordinary life. You were born to be extraordinary. You were not born to survive, but to live. You were not born to exist, but to flourish. But this does not happen automatically. This only happens when you make the conscious decision to let it happen. Napoleon Hill spent his life unlocking the secret of success. But in the end, it was not a secret. It was a decision. The decision to take responsibility. The decision to believe in yourself. The decision not to give up. The decision to become who you want to be. Today is the day you make this decision. Today is the day you stop finding excuses and start finding ways. Today is the day you stop waiting for perfect circumstances and start working with what you have. Today is the day you become who you want to be.